YouTube Postal Family. Y'all already know who this is. This is JH. What's going on? Anybody home? I guess I'll just wait. We'll do some waiting. Doom doom. Boom boom boom. Boom boom boom. What's going on, Postal Family? Everybody good? What's going on, Postal Family? Gotta turn my phone down. So I'm here to answer a couple questions. Here to ask a couple questions. What's going on? See, I'm gonna have to set up the phone so I can read this stuff. All right, I think I got it. No problem. Then my fingerprinting. Called Nachi. They said the post office game is starting background check at 62. Should I hear back soon? It all depends. It all depends. So if I'm not looking at the cameras, because I'm looking at the phone, so just bear with me. Flint, Michigan. Did y'all ever get your water situated? Flint. Starting next Monday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. How you get blessed with such a good schedule? 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Oof. They don't give a F about your holidays and make you work 3 p.m. F-U-S-P-S. Wow. It's sad to work for a job that don't... Well, I mean, I'm not working my holiday. So I'm assuming that you're new to it for you to write that. That's not nice. I mean, I think about the people that gotta work on the holidays, like the Walmart workers, police officers, nurses, doctors, so it's kind of what you signed up for. Cali in the house. My station is racist against black people. Be the best you can be. Show them that we ain't what they think they are. Man, shoot, that's crazy money. No question. You go work on a holiday, you get double pay. Good evening, TK. PA in the house. Yo, I got a question. I mean, this may sound crazy, but I got a question. Texas in the house. So I was at Walmart minding my business like I always do. And I went to one of those self-checkout, New York. Went to one of those self-checkout lanes, right? And they got the lady standing there and, they watch you over your shoulder. So, I asked her, I said, what's your job title? She can't be customer service. You can't really help me. You're just standing there. Did they lose their job titles? South Florida in the house, I see you. Like, what do they do? What is their real job title? Can anybody answer that? Why is it so hard to get a permanent career at USPS? It's not very hard. You just got to work for it. Just got to work for it there, Jonathan. 2 years, you'll be a career. Make it past your 90 days, you're permanent. Greetings. Greetings. Quentin? I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude because, again, I'm trying to read this as I go. I ain't got my glasses on. What up, K Storms? Everybody cool? I had a few minutes to do this, so I figured I'd answer some questions. Answer a couple questions. Anybody got... You know what? People, I don't know if you guys saw my videos before about the changes that we got coming up. And then I started realizing that everybody that is upset about changes we got coming didn't realize that every industry has change that benefits them. But initially, everybody fights against change. Now, just like I was talking about at Walmart, they used to have people that bagged your groceries. Then all of a sudden, they went totally automated. So now they got 3 people that actually work the aisles, and then they got this section where you got to go scan everything out yourself. Doesn't make sense to me. They don't charge no less for the food. Jersey in the house. I was told by my postmaster it's going to take you 8 years. 8 years. Are you a RCA, Jonathan? Just applied for holiday clerk position today. Banking on your video from being accurate. Fingers crossed. Hey, I just give my opinion. Jay, what percent do you contribute to your TSP and what options do you choose? Me? You know what? Email me and we could talk money. I don't give advice, but I know money enough that works for me. Eager to return back to the workforce, retired U.S. Army. Thank you for your service, TK. Atlanta checking in. That's what's up. RCA, it takes longer. Yes. Rural carriers. Honestly, I don't know much about rural carriers and why their contracts are the way they are. I just got a young lady, male lady, Katie, my last video. Please check her out. Ask her those questions because, again, I'm very unfamiliar with that craft. She was a carrier as well, so she has advice on both RCAs and carriers. A regular rural carrier. Okay. RCAs, that's... Y'all don't even dress like carriers, though. Y'all go in there and dress how you want to dress. Easy money. Easy. Well, it ain't really easy money. There's no money here that's easy. Just had the meet and greet with the supervisor. We talked about your content. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Our union has to be the worst. I don't know the details of the RCA union. But I'm hoping that one day it'll change. Because nobody ever has anything good to say about the union for the rural carriers. Top out higher than a regular carrier. Okay. I know some rural carriers that make close to $90,000 a year. And they don't work much. I know I go stations to pick them up. By 2-3 o'clock, they're leaving. They're leaving. Thing with rural carriers, if they got an 8-hour route and they finish it in 5 hours, they still get paid for their 8 hours. Needs to change. No one wants to be an RCA. Rural carriers were actually part of the post office way back when. Here's a little known fact. The post office is actually older than the United States. Did anybody know that? Look it up. The post office, United States Post Office, is older than the United States itself. Facts. Converted to an AP area, you'll be happier. Our union is great. I wouldn't say our union is great now. Union does work. It's about the union representatives that you have. Hey, Jay, talk about management when they try to find something got people fired. Oh, I didn't understand that text there, bud. All of it, I recently applied for a position. Helped me tremendously with the assessment. Cool. I forgot the sister's name. That was one of the earliest postal employees. Okay. So let's get some questions here. I got a few minutes with my invisible watch. I know people don't come on here to look at my funny looking beard. The holiday season's here. Expect to work. It's usually heavier around the holiday season. Just know that. Gonna work. The people that say they don't want to work on Thanksgiving, when you're regular, that's when you don't have to work on Thanksgiving. If folks don't want to work, I hope we have enough for orientation soon so I can start. Took me 1 year to make regular in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. Waiting on background checks, it'll take 6 to 8 weeks. Background check doesn't take 6 to 8 weeks. You getting in the door takes 6 to 8 weeks. Background check takes 3 minutes. Can I convert to a TTO with a CDO but no experience? You only need a Class B for MVO. Class B for MVO, yes. Convert to a TTO? What does that mean? Were you working as something else and you want to be a tractor trailer operator? Why would you want to try and get behind an 18-wheeler and feel like that you're going to be able to handle that thing with no experience. They don't have time to train, really. There was supposed to be a program, but it never came to fruition. When it does, I'll make sure to make the first video about that. But I would never suggest, this is my honest opinion, I would never suggest anybody without experience getting behind the wheel of 60 to 80,000 pounds moving down a road at 40 to 60 miles an hour if you don't have experience. Because if you get in an accident, then you lost your career. They're going to fire you within 90 days. So I would suggest try to go to a school, get some experience first, feel comfortable, then get behind the wheel. My opinion. That's just me. Our office is off tomorrow. Should I look to apply for other jobs while waiting on my orientation date, or just wait it out? You can always look and apply to other jobs. It will not affect your orientation date. The only time it will affect you is if you accept another position. So if you're waiting for your orientation and you see something pop up in the mail handler, you apply for it, and then all of a sudden they say, hey, do you want this position? Then you accept it, boom, you restarted from the beginning. Got an offer extended October 20th for PSC. Did my NACI and my fingerprint. Still haven't heard anything. I got 100 on my test, by the way. Okay. April, I would continue to apply. If you applied back in October, more than likely it's a holiday position that eventually will turn into a regular position, from what I heard. I would say continue to apply. It doesn't hurt to apply. When I helped my kids get in, I think I applied to almost 21 positions for one of them, 14 for the other. So, make it work for you. It said it was 360. They all say 360 now. They're all lying, dirt bags. So back when my kids started, we'll just go back to then, I think it took him almost 4 months to get in from when he initially applied. 4 months. I think it took me about 6 months to get in. It's a long, drawn-out process. So don't think they forgot about you. I would still apply to other things. Again, it does not hurt to apply unless you accept another position. That's it. Your MHA will give me a great score. Well, anybody that's taking those assessments has to realize the assessment is more common sense. It's just the interview of the character. I've said that in one of my videos. It's just the extreme of every answer. Oh, somebody text me. Keep applying to them. Thanks for everything you do. I'm the best. No, I'm just the man, not the best. Anybody that anytime you ever need any assistance, some type of information, you're more than welcome to email me. If I have the information, I will respond. If I don't have the information, unfortunately, I'll let you know I'm not familiar with it, or I'll try to direct you to the right people. Again, I didn't have any links to anybody that was an RCA, but now you got the dual. She was a carrier and she's a RCA, and she's fun. She's fun to watch. She's really hype. I like her aura. So you can always reach out to Mail Lady Katie. If you have union style questions, you can reach out to Miss K. She's a little brash, but she's straightforward. So definitely go out to her. Nick is, he's a young dude. He's got a lot of energy. So there are a lot of different outlets for different crafts. If you see me advise anybody to check out some of their videos are not all specifically about their crafts. Just remember that. It's about their perspectives from what they do from where they're located. So he may talk about what he's doing from his location, about the clerks at his location, how the truck drivers run at his location, etc. Same thing with Mail Lady Katie. She's out in Texas, so things are a little bit different. Everywhere in the country runs differently. So it's always good to look at different perspectives from different people. All right. Let's see. All right. Houston, Texas here. All right, let's go down. Woo! Hector, hey Jay, they're dealing with the COVID if you get a positive test. Ooh, sheesh. Hector, before it was a big thing. Now it's just let them know you got COVID and they'll tell you stay home. I think it's 5 days or something, 4 or 5 days. Houston, Texas, RCA here. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. What time you should come get your plate tomorrow? No speak English, papi. Sorry. No speak English. Just kidding. Just stay home, use sick leave with a doctor's notice. Unfortunately, the new people that work don't get sick leave. They only get annual leave. So definitely advise more than one supervisor of what you have going on. There is always a nurse number, somebody in your office, somebody at your station, somebody at your plant knows the nurse information. Get the information, relay that information to the nurse, and let her advise you, her or him, advise you on what you should do if you came up with a COVID test. Always speak to your union rep. They can advise you as well. Pin your email address, please. My email address is in every video description. It's the first one. This is just a live. I haven't got time to edit nothing. I was watching TV. Let me see what we were watching. We were watching something up there. I don't know. Oh, turn it off. It's on pause. But anyway, yeah, so figured I'd just go on live real quick. Alright, check daily for new videos. I have a couple of ideas about some new videos and spoke to a couple people. I just haven't had the time to edit and put stuff up. Yeah. Okay, background check goes 5 years. Do I need to put any criminal charges prior to 5 years? No. No. Now, as far as criminal charges are concerned, doesn't matter what you've done. They are very adamant about theft. Theft is very important, and trafficking. So if that's in your past, then be concerned. But if you went and beat somebody up in a bar or, got caught speeding and ran over a kid, they don't really care. Not trying to be funny, but they're adamant about theft though. What if you just got a career position, don't have much sick leave? Well, you shouldn't be out that long. If you got a career position, they advance you sick leave when you start. They advance it. You just make it back up. About making videos about USPS. No, initially, Victor, let me tell you, a lot of people have said that. I think my plant manager has actually said something. My initial plant manager gave me permission. She told me very clearly not to film any addresses. Do not film inside the building. Don't interrupt people while they're working. No names, addresses, dates, etc. So I just kind of follow that. Initially, my older videos, I had to delete a couple because I was inside the building, and their main thing is not to show competitors how we work on the inside. Whatever. Anyway, all right, mail handler from Philly. That's what's up. Ray, my homie. T6 position gets higher pay than regular city carrier. Shout out from Peekskill, New York. Peekskill? I was just in Peekskill, New York, baby. I just bought some of your people lunch the other day. Peekskill. Sure did. My son went to high school in Peekskill. Okay, no worries. Carriers need more money. They do need more money. They do. But I just went to go buy myself some food. Came back home. And as I was driving through my neighborhood, I saw this Amazon guy in my neighborhood. I was like, yeah, Amazon boys don't get paid nothing like you guys get paid. Watch this video. It's got me on Twitter. What's up, player? Apply for mail handler position. Got the offer in October. Phone call extended. Soon orientation. Haven't heard anything. Be patient there, player. Don't worry, you will earn 4 sick per pay period. Just save it up. True. If you're a veteran, can you use your time in service towards retirement? 100% yes. I had a video a while ago about that. I don't remember the information exactly, but vets get it good. Vets get it good. Clerk in Ohio, have to work tomorrow, but making $62 an hour. How can you complain? Let me hold something, Mike. $62 an hour? Oh, Tay. Happy Thanksgiving, T. I'm wondering if you're the T that works for me or you just another T. I can't figure that one out. See that? $62 an hour. If you get stuck working on Christmas, anybody know what you make on Christmas Day? Anybody? Leave it in that comment. Let them know what you make on Christmas Day. Look at my P50 and seeing that the salary has just increased my base salary to, okay. Yeah, I told y'all was getting up a little bit. See, T, you ain't even gonna tell me where you from. Sneaky. Double time. No. Richard, triple time. Oh, I just dropped something. Damn it. Triple time. It takes regular care 13.3 years to top off. Work Christmas, you get triple time. True that. Speed, shout out from Cricket Letter State. Okay. Brianna. JFK. Okay. JFK, New York. There's no such thing as a triple time. Yes, there is. Triple time. Triple time on Christmas. Look it up. That is the only holiday that you get paid that. Work Christmas Day. See that thing. If I work triple time on Christmas, I make a whole $15 an hour. No, but yeah, it's Christmas. What about for non-career? Double time. I'm in 7 months in. Can I access TSP yet? Only as career. TSP only as career. Thrift saving plan for career employees. Next question. I like it. I didn't think this many people be doing nothing tonight. T, what's so funny? I swear I know you. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Whatever. Was double time with me when I was a sub. Oh. Christmas is the only holiday that pays time and a half plus 8 hours holiday pay. Yeah, I need my glasses. I can't stand up. I'm in my boxers. Looking for my glasses. Guess I'm going to just continue to keep looking. My bad. Double time. Yeah. So if you get stuck working Christmas, it's either going to be in the daytime or nighttime. You get it. Go get it. Get it. You probably do. I don't know. Maybe I do. Nonetheless, let's get these questions out so that I can give some answers to the best of my ability. I'm not saying I know it all. Would you consider doing a video on TSP with your opinions? No. There is a guy that has excellent information about the retirement for the United States Post Office. He gives all that information. If I would talk about the TSP, I would be tripping up. It would be so confusing. It wouldn't even be. 25 trucks waiting to get in. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Hey. All right. Let's see. Could I live stream my right when recruiting to mail carriers to get more of this money? Kimberly, you could live stream your route. You cannot show addresses. No addresses. It is of dire importance. No address. When you're live streaming, if your phone is right here, you can't be talking to your phone while driving. Because once it's posted, they know who you are and like that's unsafe. So if you got yourself a little stand and want to sit it up here and then film yourself, great. Like when I used to do that, I'd sit it on my dashboard and then I would just talk as I'm driving. Different as a carrier. So, be extremely careful. All right, what else? Does military time count towards seniority? It's only gained from time within the post office, yes. Orientation December 5th. Congratulations. Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the house. Plant life clerk. No question. My videos ain't always positive. I keep it 100. That's HUNNIT. 100. There's always been talks Christmas Amazon temporary contract because the parcels have been light. Parcels ain't gonna be light in a couple days. You know that thing we got Cyber Monday coming up and everybody gonna be ordering online? Crazy. Y'all gonna get slammed. Alright, Clerk Nation. Was notified today about swap from Tor 2 to Tor 1. Okay. Tor 1. Sounds like night differential pay. Friday's gonna be crazy. This is true. MVO from New York City. Where in New York, Ed? Been at the post office so long. No, we're at 30's job there. Okay. MVMF. Friday gonna be crazy. Tour 3. So we had about 5 people come from New York to where I'm located. They left your state and came to where I'm at. Haitian Drew heading into work. Be careful. The Bronx, the Boogie Down. My hometown. Okay. Boogie Down. Milwaukee. Yo, it's so cold in Milwaukee, Wisconsin right now. Shit. Friday, I will start at 4 a.m. That's a good time. 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. for all those new people wondering. Oh, oof. Holiday people, just know, chances you working holiday is 90% chance. Just get ready for it. 2-3 years down the road, you don't have to work it. All the new people are working. It's just a sacrifice you make now so that you're able to enjoy it later. All right. West Side going, how long it take you? Indy PNDC. Let's see, Tour 1, start. Tour 1, 2 a.m. Woohoo! Woo! They can't work you more than 12 hours. They can work as many hours as they want. They ain't supposed to work you more than 12 hours, though. Phyllis, waiting that's not long for gosh dang. Remember, as a carrier, you're supposed to finger mail. Oof. While walking, holding hand, rather walking up and down the stairs. You can only hold your phone when you're on break and lunch. Is that true? You can Is it true that you can do details at other offices that are short staffed? Yes, 100%. Get that shmoney. So if you're a carrier and they want you to go to a different office, and you want to go to a different office just to do a detail there because they're 100% short staffed, you can ask and request and they'll put you there. I start 12/3 for CCA. Okay. So there was when this COVID thing hit heavy, there was a bad thing down south of where I'm located. There were people driving 90 miles, carriers driving 90 miles to go deliver mail. 90 to go help out one of the stations south. And they were getting, decent money, but under certain circumstances, you're basically one of those workers that it's needed in order for this country to work. People don't realize that the post office is more than what you think it is, where it actually stemmed from. Post office actually helped build this country. I was going to do a video about that. I know many people actually want to see the information behind that. All right, I believe. All right. PSEs have to work 3 12-hour days for holidays? Yeah, but I know what's going on with the hiring process. It's just the same as it always was. It's either quick or takes forever. I'm going to get killed for the next 3-4 checks. Love the money. And show you out of schedule pay when you work at different stations. Yes, that is true. So whenever you work at a different station or whenever you work as a career employee and they tell you, hey, your schedule is normally 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they say, hey, such and such retired. We didn't get nobody to fill them in. We need you to come in at 2 a.m. till 10:30 for the next 3 weeks. If you can do it, go for it. Because every single hour that you work is now considered out of schedule pay. Out of schedule pay means that you're going to get time and a half for every hour that you work. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. Okay? It may suck because you're accustomed to your 8 to 5, but now you're working at 2 8 out of schedule pay. Get that money. That's why people make so much money at this place. The post office can't schedule right. Y'all ain't ever see that video that I just made like last week about the scheduling. Let them keep screwing up the schedule. I'm gonna keep getting that money. Give it to me. CCA is a tough turnover rate. Yes. I will go to any office, get my hours of work in all offices in Orlando. Alex, my daughter works in Orlando. There's no penalty time. Penalty time is after 10 hours for anybody underneath the APWU or the National Association of Letter Carriers. Say like seen cancer as being liver. True. Wagwan Rasta. I'm disappointed. They told us we letting go in a month. Don't let that affect you, L Boogie. Because trust what I tell you, if they let you go in a month, once the holiday's over, you'll be let go for a week and you'll be right back. Trust what may I tell you. Almost 3 emails out of schedule, 50% of your original pay. Yeah, time and a half. Not in December. Oh, yeah. Well, you're not going to get no... That's true. Thank you for bringing that up. There is no penalty pay in the month of December. I believe it starts this upcoming paycheck until the first week of January. Penalty time, true. Only career 8 hours in the federal, All right, no penalty. True. CCA that bad? My son, when he was a CCA, it was 3 offices. He worked 3. He had to bounce from 3 different offices. They were about 6 miles apart from each other. Why do CCAs come in at 9:05 when scheduled time is 9? Some just don't see the great opportunity they have. I don't know. Every place is different. If you don't have like there's some places that have you coming in at 8 o'clock. Now once the holiday really kicks in, they'll have you coming in at 6, 7. Some places will be, depending on the volume, have you coming at 5. I've seen that. We see CCA is the best job. Just don't let them sweet talk you. CCAs make the money. Yeah, they make the money because once you finally convert to career, it's like bittersweet. You finally made it to the motherland, but now you don't want to work to make all that extra money. You like, man, I was bringing home like, my checks was looking like $3,300 every 2 weeks. Now I'm down to like, only $2,000 every 2 weeks. So, it's just one of those things. But you got time off. Union dues a bigger waste than my gym membership, which I've never. Jason, I got people watching me, but I do agree. CCA don't know how to case routes. Wow, that's rude. Oh man, this is funny. You guys are going in. If you end up taking a holiday position, get laid off, are you eligible for unemployment after your term ends? I don't know. Honestly, everybody that went home for the holiday last year, they came back in a week. So I really didn't get any of that information. Make it see, take your time, in other words. Okay. Oh, yeah, so Regulars case slow. They do. So with the unions, if you guys are going in for the unions, just remember, and you're just starting, give it time. Give it time. You do not need to immediately sign up for the union. Get to know your place. Get to know what your union's about. Your union. Because every union has their own stuff in each area. So I'm not saying don't sign up. I just say give it some time. See who your union rep is. Some places don't even have a union rep. So why pay into something if you're not having anybody represent you? Just give it some time. Don't feel rushed. How many miles a day do you drive semi? Not a lot. Not a lot. Why you put me on blast, Salty? Okay, because you know when I earn what I do. Okay, I don't drive a lot. I used to drive cross country. I'd be able, Jay, be able to drive from Chicago to South Florida, one shot, non-stop. Stop to get diesel twice. That's it. That's what I used to do all the time. Get out, go, get out, go, get out, go. Get to California in 3 days in the semi. That was me back in the day. Now, I have a hard time getting to work. I live 2 miles from my job. I get caught at the light and fall asleep. All right. Regular play twice, of course. Motherfucker sacrifice. All right, rural versus city. That's what I'm saying. How's your daughter doing, Jay? She's still working as a CCA? She is not a CCA. She is career, baby. Career. I want to drive semi instead for USPS. Salty, if you have a CDL, go for it. If you have a CDL, go for it. 5 miles, 3 runs. Rasta, you watch him in the man? No. We do 3 runs per day on the closeout plus personal pickup, private pickups, but it's a little more than I put about 150 miles in it a day. About 150, give or take. It took me 10 years to make career from PSC to PTF. That's not happening anymore. The union put something new in the contract. People are getting converted faster. New RCA, what you should expect. Dalvin. I just spoke about this young lady that has a channel now. Her name is Mail Lady Katie. I spoke about her in my last video. She has all the information about RCAs. Her information is in the video description of the last video. Please check her out. No problem, Mr. Glock. Have a good night. They got rid of semi-drivers, Columbus, Ohio, a long time ago. Mike, they bringing them back. Trust what I'm telling you. Also pre-hire for another position, sales clerk. So, April, that sounds like you've been on pre-hire, on offer extended for just 1 month. Because we're not at the 27th yet. I think you'll be fine, April. Understaffed office, just said my 30 day was told I'll be regular by summer. Okay. One of you guys just text me. That's funny. Like, you could have just asked the question on there. Now I got to answer the question here and there. All right. Sorry. I'm reading questions as well. They phasing out contractors. True. Yes, that's it. Once you get 1 million subscribers, you'll replace James Harden as the beard. You know what's gonna happen? In the beginning of this year, I can't stand this beard. This is personal. This is for a reason. I hate it. I trimmed it recently and I hate the beard. It might go. Y'all gonna one day turn it on and just be like, what the hell happened to you? But I can't stand it. It's one of those bond things that I'm doing for a specific reason. But when that time comes, we'll speak about it. I think they'll keep people and convert them faster. Yes. I'll never get 1 million subscribers. I'm not that interesting. Changes lives, brother. Need a piece of the new holiday checks. I don't change lives. Let's be clear. If you listen, I'm just speaking about the experiences that you guys share with me. The only thing I do is read. I read everything you guys write, and then I start putting together. If I see 10 people write about one thing, then we talk, and you email me, sit on the phone for a few minutes, and say, okay, another lady out in Texas said the same thing. Then I speak to somebody else, and that's how I obtain information. When I get that information, then I share it back with you. That's it. It's called networking. And then when everybody starts, just the way y'all speak back and forth in the comment section, that's all I'm doing. I'm just kind of like the middleman in this. Nothing special here. All right. Had to quit and come back. All right. Came back. Life lessons. You still aren't converting Korea. Feel bad for newbies informed of this. They will. They will. They'll convert you. Patience. Happy Thanksgiving. You ain't old, Mike. So when should you join the union? Me personally, 4 to 6 months. You'll know who your union rep is. You'll have enough time to talk to people around you and find out if there is somebody there that's going to work for you and is not in bed with management. And you'll know what I mean about that if you watch some of my other videos. CCA here. Does your office know more or less when you will turn regular, New York City? Your office doesn't know, per se. CCAs have 2 years now. Within 2 years, max. You look at the list, you see where you are on the list, then you start talking to people around you and say, hey, that person's going to be retiring next year, there's going to be one position open. That person's going to be retiring in a couple months, another position open. They're going to be adding 2 more routes, then there's 4 positions. You understand what I'm saying? So they really can't tell you specifically, but in 2 years, you're definite. If it happens before that, then you're lucky. All right. I want to quit today. I was working in a freaking warehouse I hate. I'm converted after this, I can't wait. You're responsive and helpful. You're very welcome, Lucille. I'm not sure if you're the lady I spoke to last week from California, but if it is, hello. Is it possible to be an MVO? Do you have to be a TTO as well? Rapid City. If you have only a Class B, then go for that. There are some places that, okay, we have MVOs and we have TTOs. I technically, all of us have CDLAs, level 7, level 8. Level 7 means you drive an MVO truck. Level 8 means you drive a TTO truck. The level 7s are not supposed to drive the tractor trailers, period, because then they can file a grievance. So if they have you on a specific level 7 run, you're not supposed to get into an 18-wheeler, or I could technically file a grievance, which I've never done in my life. Vice versa, I'm not supposed to be getting in your vehicles to do any of your runs. That's how that works. Oh, can 2-year conversion be limited? Change in a new contract coming up? I'm not sure. I don't think they're going to work backwards. I think they're going to be progressive with these new contracts. Wonder how long it's going to take for orientation. It could take any length of time. So I will have job security before or after 90 days if you don't join. You got job security if you make it past your 90 days, regardless of being with the union or not. All CCAs are converted. We need CCAs. I'm in Tennessee. Okay. You're the only 10 I see. That was tacky. All right. Talks to the CBA process, get rid of CCA altogether and making everyone PTF a regular. So that is true. I heard that. I wanted to wait till I see some more information about that. But if y'all ain't gonna hold me to it, I did hear that they're trying to phase away the PSE positions as well as the assistant positions and make everybody career where they're able to start off getting the benefits as unassigned regulars, either PTFs or PTS. Now, again, with the mail handlers, I don't know how that works. That's a Miss K question because their union contract is still up in the air. But it is definitely, they've been talking about it, and I guess they'll find out. Has to still help you with your, yes, this is true. If you're part of the union or not, they still have to help you. Whether or not they help you as much, you know, it's all depending. How long have I been on here? 45 minutes. I got another 15 minutes in me. Why isn't there any pay? Why isn't there any PSC for mechanic side? They hire them straight on as career. Anyone from New York City? I'm from the Bronx, baby. I don't live there anymore. I'm from the boogie down. 179th and West Burnside. Edward. Now, if you just happen to be lucky enough and to be a mechanic and you join as a mechanic, they don't work. They have set hours. They don't work past like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, barely ever get overtime. Straightforward job. It is, that's love. What's poppin', homie? Jakey. Y'all see how old I'm looking? My thing is all the way down here. I'm trying to read it. East New York. Mechanics don't fix nothing. They patch them up a little bit. Bitcoin boogie down. Boricua. We at the Puerto Rican Day parades. Where, you know what? If y'all don't know, we better go check it out. Have you ever seen change from offer extension in the middle of the night? Yes. Anyone from Memphis? Wondering what anticipated mail volume for this year. Imagine is less than last year. I think it would be a little less because of the recession and the way the economy is, but you know, still gonna be working. Band-Aids on a truck for 40 years. You see, Rapid City, that's what it is. They put Band-Aids on a truck. Now that I mentioned in one of my videos that they're gonna be putting all these new carrier vehicles, people didn't like that. I'm like, well, you'd rather drive the raggedy vehicles or you want to drive something that's actually gonna work? People scared of the change. We gotta adapt. Gotta adapt to the change. Doesn't make, you need to be in leadership. I wish it was that easy. Now, for those that don't know, not too many watching, there are some days that I step up in management to a 204B, just 2 days a week. My voice isn't heard much as I try, but the 2 days that I am, I'm a different breed. So, you know, I'll step in and I always emphasize to my co-workers, I'm nobody's boss. They'll never be asked to do anything that I couldn't physically do myself, which is a big difference than somebody else telling you to do something that they've never done. And being I've been in logistics so long, I kind of have a better sense of how things are working when it comes down to getting things done. But that's not to pat myself on the back. That's just to make the operation run as smooth as possible while I'm sitting in the office. But that's pretty much as far as I'll be able to get to, because I've sat in on some of those meetings. And if y'all actually gonna listen, I've sat in and I've heard some of the most wild things when it comes down to the way they handle, you know, people that don't do what needs to be done. You know, their main thing is, okay, well, we had 8 late such and such and 5 late routes and so on and so forth. What are we doing to correct the employee? And this is the people that are sitting up top. They say this, and it boggled my. And I sat in and listened to it, and I was biting my tongue. It was bleeding. I was like, tell them you didn't have enough vehicles. You didn't have this. Why are you letting these people that sit up top that have never carried mail or have never driven a route tell you how to handle employees if they've never done the job before? All they're looking at, and I made this one video about numbers, but if they don't physically do the job or they've never been at your place. See, Jay, I can't say I know exactly how hard it is for a tractor trailer operator in Chicago to operate because I've never operated a TTO job out of a Chicago plant. I know where I'm located, I can navigate it well. I know that if I went to, let's say, Miami, it's different. The traffic is different. The places are different. So you cannot sit there and say one person sitting up top and say, hey, this is how it's supposed to be for your whole district. Well, no, because every area is so different, but they don't see that. But they want the managers to write paper and show that they're actually doing some corrective actions on people. And it's driving me crazy. And I'm sitting there like, oh, boss man, tell them no. Tell them we didn't have enough trucks. Tell them the trucks broke down. Tell them that the people didn't show up. Tell them we had a hurricane. Tell them we had a snowstorm. Tell them, fight for your people. But manager sat there and stayed quiet. And that, I can't. And I'd probably end up losing my job. The passion that I have for my fellow co-workers, because I know this ain't an easy job for no matter what craft you do. It would just blow my damn mind. So because of that is why I can't really step into management and feel like I'd have any effective change. So now I'm going to go back to reading. I'm sorry, I got a little worked up. Whew. Yeah, man, I'm about to tear up over here. Lord. All right, so we go. They use the zip tie to Minnesota. Minnesota? Boy, it's so cold out in Minnesota, boy. Shit. Boy, Minnesota's so cold. Man. I remember I went out to the mall out there, by the mall out in Minnesota. Can I apply for a regular position ASAP, but you have to wait? Just have to wait. JS for UPS president. Hell no. USPS president, boy, we all have easy lives around that part. Etsy seller. Sales are down from last year. Our regulars off all holidays. We have all holidays scheduled off unless they need you. So technically, if they said, hey, Jay, can you work Thanksgiving? I'm going to say, what time? Because I know what time I'm going to eat. If you need me for 5 hours, I'm going there to get that extra money. You know what I mean? That's what they have the assistants for, to cover the holidays. Oof. Man, Richard, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. RCA from Jersey, how come you guys don't talk about RCAs? Hey, don't take that personal. I finally found an RCA. Jay said he was going to get one. I asked about RCAs in my last video, or 2 videos ago, and said if anybody wanted to talk about it, anybody wanted a channel, just email me and I will share that information. And she emailed me and said, hey, this, that, this, and the third. What kind of answers do you want? So I asked all the questions you guys asked me. And she sent me a video. And I was like, psh, blew my mind. She was so cheerful. I said, do you mind if I post this? And that's how that started. So now, yes, we do have a RCA. We do. Maybe you just joined, but we do. Mail Lady Katie, my last video. Check her out. Click on the subscribe button. She was a CCA as well as a RCA. To a fee, but ask manager to pay you 1 grade higher for doing extra work. I make more as a truck driver. I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't doing it just for the money. Truck drivers make okay. Electric vehicle, someone got 1 new tire on my 1 new tire on your vehicle. USPS is recession proof. Alright. I want to stick to you. I left my job. Considering 2 I got a little 15 minutes. How is that going to back run until he's older? Go for it. Go for it. Never turn down the opportunity to be in management, even if it's for a short period of time. Get the feeling of what they do. You know why? Because you'll have a better appreciation about what they're under. I would prefer, if I were a carrier, to have another carrier as my supervisor that actually did work. Not one of those bums that can't carry or got so many accidents they sat him up there because he can't drive anymore. Now he has to be the supervisor. Not one of those bums. Y'all all have them. But one that actually does work, works hard, and says, hey, let me step up here. And then you're able to navigate because you've done all those routes. You say, you know what, Jim, Jack, at the middle of the day, do me a favor. I want y'all to meet up together and split the route. Eat both. You can get this done. Both come down. You're only going to get a little half hour extra. And you'll be able to come home instead of Jim staying out for another 3 hours. Able to navigate and do the logistics in your head and make things work for your whole station to come back and say, man, you're doing a great job, man. We appreciate you. But instead of that, you might get a clerk. You might get a mail handler come over there and say, hey, CCAs, why you guys slow? Dude, you drive a forklift for a living. What is you doing? That's what they do. So my personal opinion, if you're in your craft and you want to take a step up for a minute just to see what they encounter, try it. Try it. Opinion. Just me. Oh, dun, 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 dun. 15-year-old son, get that money. Get that money. Get that money. When my son was born, it was like not even a year after he was born, I went back to the post office. It was so hard. But I knew it was going to be the best. A lot of sacrifices. But we make it happen. Let's tone down the profanity. Little bit. We had a couple conversations. Oh man. She's a sweetheart. One day y'all will understand why she is the way she is. Miss K has an interesting backstory. And to be honest, she and I did not ever, 7 years together, and we conversated back when y'all first saw our video. Up to that point, I couldn't stand her. Honest to God, I couldn't stand her. And I like everybody. She just looked like the meanest person in the world. But after knowing what she had gone through recently before that, and that's not my story to tell, I understood and understand now why she is the way she is. Just understand, not everybody is what you see. Everybody has a backstory. So her reasoning for her rough self, there is a little bit of reasoning. All right. I did a little work on the image you sent today, and guess what? I'm waiting for that thing, man. I'm really waiting. I forgot. Y'all thought you forgot about me. I appreciate you. If you don't have I thought I gave you my phone number, DF. Lakeisha Howard. You work at USPS mail handler. That's what's up. Lakeisha. Where you at, Lakeisha? Bitcoin on realization. Hello, Pam and fam. Is it hard to get into management, and does USPS take into consideration previous management experience from other industries? I wish they would take into consideration previous experience. They don't. I don't know why. They should. Hard to get into management? Not really. Learn your craft, learn other crafts around you, be well versed, learn the people, and then speak to a couple of the supervisors. You got to go in steps. You got to become 204B and maybe a supervisor and then step up. I would always say be patient, because sometimes it's not the managing the operation part that's hard. It's dealing with the people. Some people are extremely difficult to deal with. Let's get this shmoney. No question. All right, let's see. What am I? Everyone in the chat. Okay, Craig didn't know you don't apply. They upgrade you. True. Once you go for like a supervisor of transportation or a manager of distribution and operations, then you have to go on your own light blue and go into the internal e-career site if you want to apply for management that way. Um, there are positions that are not available to the outside world once you're in light blue, and you can apply through it that way. You're gonna apply to the post office in Los Angeles. That's what's up, RCA. Let me say, orientation date. Miss K is like Paul Pierce, the truth. I know she goes hard in the paint. No question. Do TTO make longer trips versus MVO? Not really. Not really. Depends on your location. We drive the same amount of distance. They don't have as much quantity in the back because it's a smaller truck. Wow, you think they would want people with previous management and HR experience, knowledge of labor laws, etc. April, when you step into the post office, forget everything you knew. I don't know who else is going to amen that, but forget everything you knew about the real world, because the postal world is something totally different. I was trained I traveled, I think, 800 miles trained as a transportation director, safety, all type of stuff, and got here and none of it mattered. None of it. Not a ting, nothing. And I've been driving trucks all these years. I went to did my first day there, and I was like, all right, we're gonna do the pre-trip inspection. I went to open up the hood, and the guy said, don't you touch that hood. And he said, what you mean? I gotta check to see if the oil. Don't you touch that hood. Why? Because if you touch the hood, then the people in the back see you out there, they're gonna file a grievance on you. I'm gonna say, well, suppose there's no oil in here. It's not your business. I was like, wait, you want me to drive this thing with no oil? So how do I check the air pressure in the tires? You better kick the tire. I said, well, this is all against everything I've ever learned. Case being, do not think you coming in here with the knowledge to supersede other people. What you think is right don't make no sense to the people at the post office. They told me once, my buddy told me, he said, you can have one intelligent person walk into a room with 50 idiots. The intelligent person will always be wrong. Think about that. Think about that. Postal world is another realm, no question. It started in February and made regular. Damn, you got in quick. Free girls in my city. Oh, I gotta go. I got free girls in my city. I don't know what this is about. Really, somebody gonna block this? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna block that. There it is. Bam. Crank your truck, get that mail. No question. Do they care about degrees? My daughter has a bachelor in psychology. She's a carrier. That's what she is. She's a carrier. Degrees help you a little bit, but not a lot. Not a lot. Not in this world. That's why you're always wrong. Seems that way. Logic doesn't make no sense at this place, and it will never make sense, no matter no matter what you think is right. It's just not gonna be wrong. You'll be like, wait, shouldn't we just come in about every day? We come in here with this huge mess. Why don't you just schedule us for a half an hour early? Because if we come in a half hour early, we don't have to fight the mess and the truck drivers come in at the same time. They're gonna say, no, that doesn't make no sense. You're gonna say, yeah, it does, because if I came in a half hour early with another person, I could clean the mess up and we'd have a fresh start. No, don't make no sense. Okay, well, why doesn't it make no sense? Because I didn't think of it first. That's exactly how they are. It just doesn't make sense what they do, doesn't make sense how they plan. And I thought, listening to management, upper management talk about things, that it was going to make more sense. Maybe there was a hidden agenda up top. Nope. Nope. I asked my boss, I said, does that person that's talking to you, have they ever driven a truck before? Yeah, I don't know. How are you letting them tell us what to do? They've never been behind the wheel. What did they do before? What are clerks? And I'm not knocking a clerk, but you can't tell a tractor trailer operator how long it's going to take for them to get to point A to point B. I can't tell a carrier how long it's going to take to do their route. I've never carried mail. I can't tell a clerk, hey, You got 5 cages. That should take you 2 hours to do. I don't know nothing about it. These people up top, I don't care how much information you gather. If you've never physically done it, you cannot dictate how it's going to be done. And it's different all the way across the country. It just is. A RCA, just like I was listening to one of the, I think it was Katie said, one of her routes was almost 90 miles away. An RCA that's working in, downtown New York, in New York, they're not going that far. Every place is different. Every job is different. You cannot be all inclusive of all these different crafts and feel like it's going to work the same. New York City, they got like 5, 6, 7 stories in one of their buildings. You go out to San Antonio, Texas, they barely got a half a building. Everything is different. But these managers up top expect it to work all the way the same, all the way. It doesn't make sense. What? I'm just a truck driver. I don't know. Whew. HR doesn't change anything. It's a system. It's an algorithm that changes that, dear. I have a degree in IT and I hate it. Okay. If you got family members in upper management, your postal future is pretty bright. I have no family members in upper management. None. My family actually has common sense. Yeah, sheesh. There was some of these routes on Kissimmee Annex that take 3 times longer to drive to the route and does the delivery tray mail that they got. Kissimmee. I think my daughter worked close to there. I don't know exactly what place she works out of. A PSC payroll processing is good, lots of overtime. Processing clerk is at a plant. Renegade. Weren't you riding with me for a long time, Renegade? I know a processing clerk, and I think she was about 4 or 5 years in, and she was making probably about $120,000 a year. But again, that's at the area that I'm located. You got a degree in psychology and hired as a CCA. That's exactly what my daughter did. Paying back that damn college. She was able to pay her college back working as a CCA. She never paid me back a dime. I'm still waiting. But she was able to pay off the rest of her college now. You've been riding with me for a long time, Renegade. You know they make that money. I don't work at a plant. I work at a station first shift. But the window is easy. Distribution can be hard working times, but it's more freeing. Okay. Bunch of inexperienced managers in charge. Pretty much. You have a handful that, they can do the job. They're receptive to information. Being receptive to information is good. If I had to go work at a station, I'd be receptive to what the clerks are doing. I wouldn't be able to go in there and tell the clerks how to do their job. I'd be receptive to the carriers or the rural carriers. Say, hey, look, I know nothing about what you do. Give me some, at that specific station now, give me some ins and outs. Give me some know-how. How long is your shortest route? How long is your longest route? Who does what? I try to gather as much information and then kind of store that and then work off of that. A lot of these managers don't take the time to do that. They just try to lead with an iron fist and it just doesn't work. That's right. Processing clerks, mostly automation, working 6 days. That's it. Get that shmoney. Motivated and excited. Best place to be, especially with the recession going on. This is true. Recession proof. We went through this COVID. Y'all remember them videos? Everybody thought people were getting fired. Remember where everybody's talking about post office going out of business? Oh, back in April, we're closing the doors. That aged well. How's the peak season going in my area? It actually started picking up a little more before the peak season started. I wasn't at work today, so. USPS is recession proof. Everybody thought we were going out of business. I don't believe that they're really ever going to go out of business. It's a service that's provided. Trips me out when people get upset with the postal workers, especially the carriers, and curse you out. Oh, you didn't do this. I'm like carrier need to just turn and say to them, like, look, I'm providing you a service for free. What are you getting mad at? Because I put some junk mail in your mailbox? I hate to hear how people treat the carriers. And if you're not a carrier and you're like a processing clerk, a mail handler, you're getting mail delivered to you. If you ever see your mailman out there, appreciate them. Stop it. Give them a water. Let them know. Yeah, I work at the post office too. Give them a water. Because one little thing like that can turn that sour day that carriers or CCAs have to deal with into something a little bit better. You just never know. Just never know. I see my carrier over at the cluster box. I always bring her a couple bottles of water. Say, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, hey, you're that. I'm like, no, that's not me. It's like, I appreciate you. And that's it. And walk away. You never know what people got to deal with. Because carriers, rough job. Rough job. Red plums, that's what y'all call it. Don't make no sense. What the hell's a red plum? Whew. Is now saves. Political mail is over. Tired of them political flats. F them. Okay. It is 10:34. I was supposed to stop this a minute ago. My postal family. I'll be making a video or two the next few days. I just want to say thank you. You all have yourself a great holiday if you celebrate. If you don't, enjoy your work. Get that shmoney. Why do I think management is so toxic? Are they jealous that the employees make money then with all the overtime? I think a truck driver with some beef jerky in my office. Oh man, I made a video about toxic management, how to deal with them. Wait, that's for another day. That's for another day. But seriously, y'all have yourself a great holiday. Again, I appreciate you guys for watching. Sometimes this is my therapy. So you just never know what people have going on in their lives, like I said. And I appreciate you guys talking to each other because it helps. Because me, I'm just a person that you guys see. But when they see somebody else writing to them and they're like, oh, Jim, thanks, man. Oh, you working, blah, blah, blah. No, but I have a friend that works over there. That little networking helps everybody out all together. Y'all just keep doing what you're doing. KB, happy Thanksgiving to you. Mailman, hard customers, sometimes, blah, blah, blah. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. And I don't take thank yous very well. So, I try to shut them down. Like I said, I appreciate you guys as much as you feel like you appreciate me. I'm just sharing a little bit of information. All right? This is JH. Now I got to figure out how to shut this thing off. Lucille, if you haven't written me yet, email me. Maybe I could walk you through a couple things. Everybody have yourself a great rest of your evening. This is JH, and we out.